Hello, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Frankie Finn proudly brings to you our weekly Q&A. For those of you guys who watched wrestling growing up as a kid, you will get that reference. And to those of you who got it, I salute you. Just a quick announcement before we get into the questions. For those of you guys who've been expressing interest in the mastermind, I want to tell you why right now is the time, because we're doing pretty much the coolest shit, which you will not find in any other agency, space, course, training, workshop, mentorship, which is a couple of things. Is we're closing people without a phone call at all, using simple little 5-minute videos, but they're powerful, which means clients, your offer is just so good, clients sign up. So if you've had to do the proposals and chasing people and hearing I need to think about it, it just eliminates all that stuff. As well, we're doing compounding money. Most agencies are on this like sales roller coaster. They sell and then they get a bunch of people and then they have to deliver what they sell, and then they sell and they have to deliver, and so the income goes with it. And we figured out how to take what has been a kind of a phrase Ilka and I have started with a couple of years ago, which is passive automated recurring income. So if you guys are interested in building that into your agency, then you got to check it out. So shoot me a message if that's you. Otherwise, let's just get into the questions. Miguel says, I have a client whose ad account got disabled for not following advertising guidelines. It was the same type of ad we've been running for over a year and quite normal, to be honest. When I spoke to them, they mentioned that the biz manager was actually flagged and that automatically disabled the ad account. They said they need to verify the business first. We have submitted all the paperwork they've asked, and it's been 2 weeks with no response for them. 2 weeks have passed and they are getting desperate to start running ads again. I wanted to see what would be the best way to start back up. 1, create a new Facebook account, new biz manager, new ad account. 2, create a new biz manager ad account. 3, wait forever till Facebook gets back to us. Oh, Miguel, I so feel you. I'm on my six count on Facebook, and I've given that company a lot of fucking money. And when they ban you, they don't even tell you what they did wrong. It's just an algorithm flags you, and you can't reach anybody. You can't talk to you. So I feel your frustration. Let me tell you, I've probably been a broken record on this. The first is to start generating leads and traffic sources that are just not Facebook. You cannot run a business where all your eggs are in the Facebook basket, unless you don't want to be in business for a long time. And I would say the same is true of your clients. I know it's been a great source of leads. I know it's been working for you guys. I know you want to do more with it, but don't put all the eggs in the Facebook basket. 2, in your case, I think I would wait to hear back from them, because it's a big no-no to have multiple business managers. If you us rebels 6, you got to watch out. If they find out you have more than one, that's just like an automatic ban. But try and appeal it first, because it's just an algorithm that flagged you. I know they have shitty customer support and you got to wait for them. Second is start generating some leads and business from the business you already have. I'll tell you, the biggest overlooked thing in any business is the customers and clients you already have. I guarantee you your business and your client's business is sitting on a mountain of cash because they're obsessed with the idea that they need Facebook ads and new business to convert. They do not. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying it doesn't help. And then lastly, this is the thing that's most important, is when you generate business from Facebook, convert that into an audience that you control, your own email list, your own group, your own page, things like that you can control, your own direct mail list, because that's going to give you the longest term success. But I feel you, Miguel. It really sucks when Facebook just shuts you down. It's an algorithm. You can't talk to anybody, and they can literally turn off your business. But having said that, since 2007, I've seen this a lot of times. I was actually around when there's a lot of people who used to do AdSense sites. They would generate all their revenue from Google ads, and people would click them, and one day Google just kicked them off. And then I saw the same thing with AdWords, and I saw the same thing with SEO. And I realized really quickly, it's a bad idea to put all your eggs in the SEO basket when Google can just shut you off overnight. And the same thing is true of Facebook. If you want to be in this longevity, you got to be generating leads into traffic that you control, and you got to be nurturing them, and you got to be following up with your past clients. Think longevity, and you won't encounter this problem ever again. But in the meantime, I'd probably just wait and figure out some things you can do organically. Max, looking to hire a commission-based sales closer for my agency. How would I find and hire a salesperson? Max, it's a good place to be in, by the way, when you reach in your agency where you're starting to bring on salespeople. So congratulations for that. Usually you got to have at least a certain amount of traction to bring in a salesperson, and so you've reached that milestone. That's a big win, by the way. My experience is, Max, that salespeople can be very, very hit and miss. I've hired salespeople who, like, essentially, like, really nice guys and nice people, but don't get us any clients. And then I've hired people that were ruthless, like closers and things like that. So as far as where to find them, that's the easy part. You can go to groups, you can go to Upwork, go to any sales group and just post, I'm looking for a closer, especially if you already have inbound leads and inbound appointments. Most salespeople don't want to do that. They don't want to like chase people. But if they have phone calls incoming in that are pre-scheduled and they can get on the phone with them, it's very, very easy to find salespeople. Now, having said that, I'm going to take it one step further and answer the question of how to find a good salesperson, because that's different than just... I'll tell you the best thing you'll do is learn from just giving them 5 to 10 phone calls and hearing how those go. And there's 2 things that you should look at. One is obviously their ability to close sales. That's the easy one that most people can wrap their head around. But 2 is how they set up that relationship going forward, because we sometimes think like as long as I make sales, but some salespeople will say and do anything in order to make a sale, and that just leads to disappointed clients later who ask for refunds and things like that. So you want to make sure that they're actually setting up people to win and setting the frame for expectations. And then the biggest thing that I can tell you to make your life easier is make your offer so fucking easy to sell that it doesn't even need the salespeople. That's actually what we're doing in the mastermind right now, is just making offers that are so easy to sell. You don't actually need a salesperson. You can actually just close them in text and chat. That's what we're doing. Much, much more scalable in my experience. My videos do not have an off day. My salespeople have had many. But having said that, those are some ways to find them. Any sales group you can find them, but like make sure to test them on those 2 things that I mentioned. Ben, anyone using Webflow to create landing pages for lead generation clients, how does it compare to Unbounce, ClickFunnels type builders? Opinions welcome. Ben, I have not used Webflow, but I've used like a lot of the similar competitors, ClickFunnels, Unbounce, Lead Pages. I'll tell you 2 things that matter to me the most, and these may not be the same criteria for you, but the first and most important criteria for me is how quick and easy it is to get up a page. And I found that like ClickFunnels, I found it like personally just a little bit clunky. So I don't know about Webflow, but try it. If it's easy to build a page and it's quick and easy. This is the second thing, by the way, is the thing that most people don't think about with pages. Is a lot of people think the success or failure comes down to how awesome the landing page software is, and that is not true. It's not about how pretty it is. It is the offer that you're giving away on the landing page. So for example, one of the things I'll give you in the legal space is like most lawyers get all their business from referrals. So if I run a little page that says, hey, we've got the 26-point referral checklist, things you can do before a client hires you, during and after to increase your referrals, and you can do with your partners. And these are all the things the top law firms, it's like a giveaway we ran, like a 1-page checklist that had to. I could run that on Webflow, I could run that on ClickFunnels, I could run on all those things, and it'll work because it's a good offer. So make the offer the main thing. And then secondly is like, use software that makes it easy for you to execute that. So I don't know what that is for you. I'm just telling you what that is for me. Having said all that, my favorite is Lead Pages. Lead Pages has made the nicest, quickest looking pages for me. But that may not be the case for you. I just personally we try and run as little software as possible because I just hate having to learn perpetually new software in our agency. Suraj, how do you handle this situation? Your prospect fills out the application form for a question. What's your monthly available marketing budget to invest in your business? And they say less than 500. Will you cancel the meeting or hop on the call and say you'll need to increase the budget? I would say, Suraj, depending on where you're at, there's all kinds of benefits for getting on a phone call that aren't just a sale. They could refer you to somebody else. You learn how to do it. You can refine your script. A lot of times people just say that as a cover, by the way, so I would still do those phone calls. But having said that, you want to obviously screen for people in the future. Create offers for people who have money and are spending money. Don't try and chase broke businesses that would never spend on advertising as a general rule, and you'll make your life a whole lot easier. So my question is like, what offer did you make to get somebody with no money on the phone in the first place? But having said that, people say that and don't always mean that. Sometimes they're just like, skeptical to give money to marketing people. And then the other option, by the way, that nobody talks about is there's almost always ways to bring them immediate business with their customer list that do not require advertising, and you can create your own ad budget if you decide as a client you really want to work with. So that to me is not a deal breaker, but I would do the phone call because you're probably going to get some benefit out of it in other tangential ways other than just like directly I'll make a sale. Saifullah, I hope I'm saying that correctly. My client started an online t-shirt store. We have a website, Facebook, and Instagram pages. They're all new pages. Our monthly budget for ads is around about $300. What objective should I choose so we will get page engagement and sales? We'll highly appreciate your help. Okay, Saifullah, I have a bunch of friends who've done the t-shirt thing, and here's what I'm going to tell you. This is kind of, in my opinion, a shitty niche to be in because you have 8 trillion competitors and your product is really, really cheap. So the only thing that's going to make that store stand out is you have to find something unique within the t-shirt space. So before you press play on any ads, if you're just going to run ads, I don't care if you have $300 a month or $300,000 a month, you're not going to have a lot of success selling the same shit as everybody else in the same way. So you got to find a niche within a niche, like maybe you're the guy for 90s band t-shirts. I don't know, right? but you have to find a niche within a niche that people want to buy, or funny shirts that they can't get elsewhere, or maybe it's for moms or whatever. But you're going to have to niche down other than we sell t-shirts, or you're just going to have a miserable time. So before you even think about which targeting campaign, think about having something unique and meaningful that they can't get elsewhere. Otherwise, if you don't have that mini monopoly, you're just wasting your time, and you could have $300,000 a month. I've had many friends, by the way, with big budgets that have tried to crack the t-shirt space, but didn't have unique enough t-shirts that failed miserably at that. So that's my advice to you. Eduardo, do you sometimes feel like taking a whole month off just to catch up with the fast-changing digital news and recycle your skill? Eduardo, it sounds like you're getting a little bit overwhelmed in there. If so, I get it. There's always the newest, latest, greatest gimmick. I'll tell you, the longer you do this, the more you become interested in the principles that never, ever, ever change. Because if you do that, what you'll find is the principles themselves never change. And if you understand people on the other side of ads, you can make Google work, you can make Facebook work, you can make YouTube work, you can make TikTok, whatever, right? You can make all those platforms work. And where people get caught up is, oh, messenger bots are new. I hear you got to do a messenger bot. I got to have the latest funnel software, and they miss the people part of it. And if you understand the people part of it, you can actually make a business that actually is less technology dependent and more functional. But having said that, a month off is a good thing if you're feeling overwhelmed and you just need to get that 30,000 foot view. And this is probably not advice for everybody, but for some of you guys, psychedelics are a big help with getting that 30,000 foot view. Clayton, for lead generation, what's seeing better results, Facebook forms or landing pages? This is actually a pretty simple one, Clayton. Facebook forms, for those of you guys who don't use them, it's like somebody scrolling on Facebook and they click, and there's a form that pops up directly within Facebook, and usually their info is pre-populated. They click submit, and it enters their info, and they don't even have to leave Facebook. And then a landing page is they're scrolling, they click, it brings them to another page. The other page says click here to opt in. And it's basically if what you're looking for is quantity, then use the Facebook forms. And there's some niches where quantity makes a lot of sense. If you're selling a e-commerce product to a gazillion people, you want quantity, not necessarily quality. And then the flip side of that is if you want quality, then use the landing page. So it just depends on what your objective is, but both of those can be meaningful. Mamnoon, simple question. Which one do you test first, creative or audience? There's a third one in there, by the way, Mamnoon, called the offer, and that's the first thing to test. And then I would say creatives and then audience. I'm not saying by the way, there's only 4 things that really matter in ads, if you're talking Facebook ads: offer, targeting. When you say creative, that's a message offer combination to me. And then as well, your images. But I would say the top of that hierarchy is your offer. Because if your offer and your audience combination, if you miss that, then there's nothing you're going to do that's going to make it work. So a lot of times people miss the boat on that. But just keep thinking about how to make your offer easy to say yes to. I know you guys hear me beat up on that, but it's Like so many agencies are selling, we sell SEO. Well, so does 12,000 other people just in your city alone. And so they have hard to sell offers because everyone else has it. And so you don't want a hard to sell offer. You want an easy to sell offer. And then your life will get a whole lot easier. Gav. Hi guys, has there been any info shared with how to use LinkedIn for agencies? I've not used it and would be grateful to anyone who can share some info on how to best utilize, get a new account set up. Gav, there hasn't been any specific info here shared about LinkedIn, but obviously it sounds like you're pretty interested in it and you've seen the potential. It's like a higher caliber person, so I assume that's part of the reason you're interested in it. So here's the deal with LinkedIn, okay? People use social media platforms. So it's not like LinkedIn is like, if I go to LinkedIn, I'm not that much different of a human being than when I'm on Facebook. There's nuances that are different, but it's still me. Like if you can make a meaningful offer to me or anyone else, it'll work on any platform. So I don't want you to think that the success comes down to LinkedIn. Having said that, here are a few things that helped me. One is like, come up with a unique angle, right? So like, and optimize your profile for that. And then obviously go and connect with the people who would benefit from that unique thing. So probably around 2016, by the way, 2015, somewhere around there, I decided I was the lawyer marketing guy. And I went and optimized my profile that said I'm the lawyer marketing specialist. And we went through and, got a whole bunch of lawyers. And that's the people I connected with. So for you, there's some equivalent. Like, who are you trying to connect with? Optimize for that, get in front of them. But make sure you have something unique and meaningful to say. And if you do that, go to the groups where they go to, message those people, connect with people. It's not really all that different. If you understand, like, community selling, it's no different on LinkedIn than it is on Facebook. There's more in common than there is different. So I hope that's helpful to you. If you got more questions, go ahead and just message me, and I'll do my best to help you with those. Jerion, how do you fire bad clients that are annoying and too demanding? Ugh, been there, buddy. I have been there. Firing bad clients. It's sometimes we agonize about firing bad clients. One of the things is, I don't know if you ever saw the Seinfeld where George tries to break up with Maura and he gives his famous, hey, it's not you, it's me. And tries to break up with her. And actually in the Seinfeld episode, it's hilarious because Maura doesn't take that. She says, no, we're not breaking up. We're still together. And so George is forced to stay with her. But that's how you want to think about breaking up with demanding clients is, hey, it's not you, it's me, right? Like it could be a simple like, hey, we thought we had the capacity to do a really good job in your situation. And I just realized now that that's not going to be the case. So I'm going to give you a refund. It's not you, it's me. But I like to always put the emphasis on us, which it really is, by the way, because who decides what's annoying and demanding? We do, right? It's like they're too annoying and demanding for us. So I like to put that on me. It's been my mistake. I wasn't clear in what I wanted, or I wasn't clear in the situation, and as a result, I'm giving you a refund. But the more you make it, it's just like your mistake, and now you're owning it, and you're giving them a refund. And by the way, don't take the Maura path, but like, don't let them not fire you. But some of the best decisions you'll ever make in your agency is just firing a client. So that's the simple thing that's worked for me. It's not you, it's me. And here's why it's me. And the reason why you want to do that, by the way, is because people still talk. They may bump into somebody who's a potential client for you down the road, and you don't want to like go ahead and piss off everybody in your niche. So you just say, hey, I got into this. Like one of the scripts that I've used that's really helped is I'll say something like, I enter into these relationships always intending for a win-win, and I just realized, based on what we're dealing with here and our people and our systems and all that, that it's not you, it's me, but we're not set up to best help you. So I'm giving you a refund because I think it's the best thing to do in this situation. I really apologize, but I hope we can stay friends, kind of thing. And that's how you fire annoying or demanding clients. But the worst thing to do is to tell them that they're annoying and demanding, because then they'll just be more annoying and demanding. So it's not you, it's me. Use the George Costanza model. So that's it. I'm going to put the replay of this, by the way, on YouTube, and there's some other cool stuff coming along on the old YouTube machine. And it's getting good, and it's only going to get better. So if you guys haven't followed that already, make sure to do that. And like I said to you guys at the start, if you're interested in finding some more details about the mastermind, I've just got a little video. You don't have to like jump on a sales call or anything like that. I'm just going to ask you a question or two just to make sure it'll benefit you where you're at. But even if you're not actually 100% interested in it, I would suggest you check it out because there's some ideas in there that'll change the way you run your agency. Just seeing how we do it differently than other people, that'll just make your life more passive income oriented, more easy, happy clients, more beach, less laptop, as my man Herr Gergi likes to say. So if that's you, check it out, send a little request. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the replay, and may the force be with you. Much love to you guys.